When you grow old, 8 habits to leave behind for a peaceful life. Aging is a natural chapter of life, filled with lessons, reflections, and opportunities for personal growth. Yet, as the years add up, so do the habits and mindsets that no longer serve us. To truly embrace peace and joy in your later years, it's essential to let go of certain burdens, emotional, mental, and practical, that weigh you down. In this guide, I'll share 8 habits to leave behind for a lighter, more fulfilling life, tailored specifically for those aged 65 and older. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. 1. Let go of regrets. As you stand in the golden years of your life, regrets often linger like distant echoes, reminding you of decisions unmade, words left unsaid, or roads not taken. It's natural to feel the weight of these memories, to wonder how life might have unfolded differently. But here's the truth. Regret, though powerful, is not meant to define your story. It is a teacher, not a master. Think about the moments that bring regret to the forefront of your mind. Perhaps it was a missed opportunity, a career path you didn't pursue, a relationship you didn't nurture, or a decision that now feels like a mistake. These thoughts can creep in and whisper questions like, what if? Or why didn't I? But no matter how much you dwell, the past remains unchangeable. What you can change is how you carry those memories forward. Regret, in its essence, is a reflection of care. You regret because you cared deeply, because you loved, because you dared to dream. Recognize that these feelings are proof of your humanity. You lived boldly enough to make choices, even if they didn't always lead to perfect outcomes. Instead of allowing regret to chain you to the past, try to reframe it. Ask yourself, what did I learn? How did this shape me into who I am today? Every regret holds a seed of wisdom, waiting to grow into strength and understanding. Imagine carrying a heavy suitcase filled with every regret you've ever known. The weight presses on your shoulders, making every step harder than the last. Now picture setting it down, not forgetting what's inside, but choosing to walk forward without the burden. In doing so, you free yourself to embrace the present with open arms. The joy, love, and opportunities of today cannot thrive if regret occupies all the space in your heart. It's important to remind yourself that you are not the sum of your mistakes. The choices you made in the past were shaped by the knowledge, circumstances, and emotions of that time. You did the best you could with what you knew, and that's enough. Carry that compassion forward as a mantra. I did my best, and my best is enough. Take a moment to reflect on what still matters. Life is a book, and regret is just one chapter. It isn't the entire story. There are pages yet to be written, filled with the wisdom you've gained and the love you still have to give. Let go of what could have been and focus on what can still be. You have today a chance to create new memories, repair old wounds, and nurture connections that bring you joy. That is where your power lies. Letting go of regret doesn't mean forgetting your past. It means embracing it with grace and compassion. It means understanding that every stumble and every misstep added depth to your journey. You are stronger because of the roads you've walked, even the rocky ones. So take a deep breath, leave the weight of regret behind, and walk lighter into the beauty of your present. You deserve to live each day with a heart unburdened and a spirit ready to embrace the peace you've always been worthy of. 2. Release draining relationships. As the years pass, life has a way of revealing the true essence of the people we surround ourselves with. Some bring light and joy, while others leave us feeling drained and diminished. In our younger years, we may tolerate these draining relationships out of obligation, habit, or the fear of being alone. But as you grow older, The importance of protecting your peace becomes undeniable. Your time, energy, and emotional well being are precious commodities, and it's time to prioritize those who genuinely enrich your life. Think about the relationships you've held on to over the years. Are there people whose presence leaves you feeling unseen, unvalued, or even exhausted? Perhaps it's a friend who takes but never gives, or a family member whose words cut deeper than they should. These relationships, while familiar, can quietly chip away at your peace. Holding on to them out of guilt or the belief that it's just how things are only perpetuates the harm they bring. Releasing a draining relationship doesn't mean you harbor resentment or ill will. It's not about anger or blame. It's about choosing yourself, your health, your happiness, and your peace. Think of your relationships as a garden. There are flowers, vibrant and nourishing, that add beauty to your life. And then there are weeds, invasive and suffocating, that drain the resources needed for the flowers to thrive. To nurture the garden of your life, you must make space for what truly matters. Sometimes that means gently pulling out the weeds, not with malice, but with a commitment to creating room for growth and beauty. This isn't an easy process. Letting go of people, especially those you've known for years, can feel like losing a piece of yourself. There may be moments of guilt or doubt as you question whether it's fair to step back, but consider this. By allowing draining relationships to persist, you deny yourself the joy and connection you deserve. You also deny the other person the opportunity to reflect and grow. Stepping away can be an act of kindness to both yourself and them. Releasing these relationships creates space to invest in people who celebrate you, respect you, and uplift you, space to reconnect with yourself and rediscover what brings you joy, space to nurture bonds that are built on mutual care and understanding. Imagine the lightness that comes from surrounding yourself only with those who genuinely value your presence. Life is too short to be spent in the company of those who make you feel small. As you move through this process, remind yourself that you're not obligated to keep people in your life simply because they've always been there. Longevity is not the same as depth, and history is not a reason to accept harm. You deserve relationships that honor your worth and bring you peace. Choose carefully and choose with love for yourself and for the beautiful life you're still creating. The relationships that remain will be the ones that make your heart lighter, your days brighter, and your spirit freer. And that is the kind of company you deserve to keep. 3. Let go of resentment. Resentment is a quiet burden, a shadow that lingers in the corners of your heart, stealing your joy and peace. It's built slowly over time, often from moments of pain, betrayal, or disappointment that we haven't fully let go of. Maybe it's anger toward a friend who wronged you, a family member who let you down, or even toward yourself for mistakes you can't seem to forgive. Whatever its source, resentment doesn't protect you. It chains you to the very pain you wish to escape. Imagine resentment as a burning coal held tightly in your hand. You may think that holding on to it keeps you safe, that it's a way of shielding yourself from being hurt again. But the truth is, the only one who gets burned is you. The bitterness seeps into your thoughts, clouds your actions, and weighs down your spirit. It even manifests in your body, creating stress and unease that can sap your energy and diminish your health. Carrying resentment is a heavy burden, and it's time to set it down. Forgiveness is the key to releasing that burden, but it's often misunderstood. Forgiving doesn't mean condoning the harm done to you, nor does it erase the hurt or invalidate your feelings. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. It's a way of saying, I will no longer let this pain define me or my happiness. By forgiving, you take back control of your life. You reclaim your peace and open the door to healing. This process isn't simple, nor is it instantaneous. It begins with acknowledging the pain and giving yourself permission to feel it. Say to yourself, yes, this happened, and it hurt me deeply. but it doesn't have to control me anymore. Resentment loses its power when it's no longer ignored or suppressed, but instead brought into the light and understood. Next, choose forgiveness. Not because the other person deserves it, but because you deserve peace. Start small. Begin with a simple intention. I am ready to let this go. Over time, that intention becomes a practice, and that practice becomes freedom. Forgiving yourself is just as important as forgiving others. Too often, we hold ourselves to impossible standards, punishing ourselves for mistakes or failures long after they've passed. But you are human, and to be human is to be imperfect. Remind yourself, I did the best I could with what I knew at the time. That is enough. Picture yourself letting go of resentment. Imagine setting it down like a heavy suitcase, one you've carried for far too long. Feel the weight lift from your shoulders, the lightness that comes with freeing yourself from the grip of anger and bitterness. This doesn't mean the scars disappear. They remain as proof of your strength, as reminders of what you've survived. But they no longer define you. They become part of your story, not the whole of it. Letting go of resentment opens space for joy, love, and connection to flow back into your life. It allows you to be present, to embrace the beauty of the moment without the shadow of past wounds clouding your vision. Forgiveness transforms your future, creating room for the peace and happiness you deserve. You have carried this burden long enough. Today is the day to begin setting it down. Forgive not for them, but for you, for the freedom, lightness, and clarity that comes when you let go. Life is too precious to waste another moment weighed down by resentment. Choose peace and let your heart be free. 4. Stop overcommitting. As the years go by, your energy becomes one of your most valuable resources. Yet, so many of us continue to give it away freely, saying yes to every request and taking on responsibilities that leave us feeling stretched too thin. Whether it's helping out family, volunteering, or agreeing to social obligations, the pressure to always be available can quietly erode the time you need for yourself. Overcommitting may feel like a way to stay connected or remain useful, but in reality, it often comes at the expense of your peace and well-being. It's important to understand that your time is precious, and the years ahead should be filled with meaning, not exhaustion. When you overcommit, you leave little room for the things that truly nourish your soul, quiet moments of reflection, hobbies you love, or simply resting. The constant yes can become a habit, driven by the fear of disappointing others or the belief that you're obligated to help. But ask yourself, who is caring for you when you're so busy caring for everyone else? Saying no isn't selfish. It's a necessary act of self-respect. Think about what happens when you say yes out of obligation rather than genuine desire. You may complete the task, but it often leaves you feeling drained or resentful. Over time, this can create an emotional toll, leaving you wondering why you feel so exhausted or unfulfilled. The truth is, your energy is finite and you have the right to choose how to spend it. Imagine your energy as a pitcher of water. Every time you say yes, you pour a little out. If you keep pouring without refilling, the pitcher eventually runs dry. To live fully, you must learn to guard that pitcher carefully, reserving it for the people and activities that truly matter. By saying no when needed, you create space to pour into yourself, to rest, recharge, and engage in what brings you joy. This doesn't mean shutting out the world or refusing to help others. It's about striking a balance that honors your needs as much as those of others. When you commit to something, let it be because it aligns with your values and brings you fulfillment, not because you feel obligated. Prioritize quality over quantity. A few meaningful contributions will always outweigh a dozen hollow gestures. Learning to stop overcommitting begins with reflection. Take a moment to evaluate the commitments in your life. Which ones bring you joy? Which feel like burdens? Be honest with yourself about what you can and cannot handle. Then practice setting boundaries. This might feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to always saying yes. But remember, every no to something unimportant is a yes to something meaningful, whether it's time with loved ones, pursuing a passion, or simply resting. Give yourself permission to slow down and savor life. The world will not fall apart if you take a step back. In fact, by prioritizing your own well being, you'll find that you have more energy and patience to give to the people and causes that truly matter. It's in those moments of rest and reflection that you rediscover what makes life beautiful. Your golden years are a time to focus on what truly matters, not to run yourself ragged trying to meet everyone else's expectations. Let go of the habit of overcommitting and embrace the freedom to choose your path with intention. In doing so, you'll find that life feels lighter, more joyful, and deeply fulfilling. 5. Let go of clutter. Over a lifetime, we gather so much possessions, memories, and keepsakes that tell the story of where we've been. Each item seems to hold significance at the moment we acquire it, but as the years pass, this accumulation can begin to feel overwhelming. Closets overflow, drawers refuse to close, and the spaces meant to provide comfort and peace become chaotic. The physical clutter, however, is often only a reflection of something deeper, the emotional and mental clutter we've also carried. Letting go of clutter isn't just about tidying up your home, it's about creating space. Space for clarity, peace, and the things that truly matter. Each item you keep should serve a purpose, whether it's practical or sentimental. But many of us hold on to things not because we need them, but because we're afraid of what letting go might symbolize. Perhaps it's the fear of forgetting a loved one, or the belief that discarding an item diminishes its value in your life. But consider this: the love, memories, and experiences tied to these objects already live within you. Releasing the physical reminders doesn't erase their significance, it honors the past while making room for the present. Clutter can also weigh on your mind in unexpected ways. Each unnecessary item is like an unspoken task: a book you meant to read, a project you plan to finish, or clothes you haven't worn in years. These things carry a quiet guilt, whispering that you should be doing more or holding on tighter. But life isn't about keeping every object or fulfilling every intention. It's about cherishing the moments and memories that make you who you are. Imagine your home as a sanctuary, a place that brings you comfort and joy. When clutter takes over, it can rob your space of that peace. Letting go doesn't mean discarding everything, it means choosing with intention. Start with one small area, a single drawer or shelf. Hold each item and ask yourself, does this bring me joy? Does it serve a purpose in my life now? If the answer is no, it's okay to let it go. Donating items to others who can use them can bring a sense of fulfillment, knowing that what once served you can now serve someone else. This process can be emotional. Some items may hold deep sentimental value, and parting with them might feel like losing a piece of yourself. Take your time. Honor the memories they carry. If something feels too precious to release, that's okay. This isn't about living without possessions, but about living with intention. Keep what truly matters and let go of what no longer serves you. As you declutter, you'll begin to notice a shift, not just in your physical surroundings, but in your spirit. The weight of unnecessary belongings will lift, leaving room for lightness and clarity. You'll rediscover the beauty of simplicity and the freedom that comes with it. With less to manage, clean, and worry about, you can focus on what truly brings you joy: time with loved ones, hobbies you adore, or simply sitting in a space that feels open and calm. Your later years are a time for reflection and connection, not for being overwhelmed by things. By letting go of clutter, you create an environment that reflects your values and allows your heart and mind to rest. In this newfound space, you can fully embrace the present, carrying forward only what truly matters. Let this be your gift to yourself, a life filled not with excess, but with peace and intention. 6. Release unrealistic expectations. As we journey through life, we often set expectations of ourselves, others, and the way our lives should unfold. These expectations, shaped by dreams, society, or past experiences, can feel like a guiding light. But as the years pass, the weight of unmet or unrealistic expectations can become a heavy burden, filling us with disappointment or a sense of inadequacy. To find true peace in your later years, it's essential to let go of these expectations and embrace life as it is, not as you think it should have been. Perhaps you've held yourself to impossible standards, expecting to achieve more, be more, or give more than was ever realistic. You may look back and feel you didn't live up to your own ideals, comparing your past to a vision of perfection that no one could ever attain. But consider this: life is not a straight line or a perfectly written script. It's a journey filled with detours, surprises, and moments of both triumph and challenge. The person you are today is shaped not by meeting every expectation, but by your resilience in navigating the path as it unfolded. Letting go of unrealistic expectations doesn't mean giving up on yourself or your dreams. It means freeing yourself from the pressure to be perfect or to control outcomes that were never fully in your hands. Accepting your limitations is not a weakness, it's an act of grace. It allows you to focus on what truly matters: the connections you cherish, the moments that bring you joy, and the gifts you still have to offer. The same applies to your expectations of others. Over time, it becomes clear that people, even those we love deeply, are not always able to meet the standards we set for them. Perhaps you've expected unwavering support from family members or lifelong friendships that remained effortless and fulfilling. When those expectations go unmet, it's easy to feel hurt or let down. But holding on to these feelings only strains relationships and diminishes the joy they could bring. People are imperfect just as we are, and releasing the need for them to be anything other than who they are opens the door to deeper, more authentic connections. Life itself also has its way of defying our expectations. It may not have unfolded in the way you envisioned decades ago. Dreams may have shifted, opportunities may have been lost, or unexpected challenges may have appeared. But within this unpredictability lies its beauty. By releasing the grip of what should have been, you allow yourself to fully embrace what is. This acceptance brings peace, a quiet, steady contentment that comes from living in harmony with reality rather than resisting it. Imagine the freedom of letting go of these unrealistic expectations. Picture yourself no longer measuring your worth by a standard that was never attainable. Feel the lightness of no longer demanding perfection from yourself, others, or life. In this space, you can celebrate your journey for what it is: a story rich with lessons, love, and resilience. When you let go of unrealistic expectations, you open yourself to gratitude. You begin to see the blessings in the small, everyday moments: the warmth of a shared laugh, the beauty of a sunset, or the satisfaction of a life lived with intention. You stop chasing an idealized future and start living fully in the present. Your golden years are not a time for regret over unmet expectations. They are a time to honor the life you've lived and the person you've become. By releasing what no longer serves you, you create room for joy, connection, and the peace that comes from living authentically. Let go of the need for life to be perfect and instead embrace the perfection of life as it is. 7. Stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison is a silent thief of joy, and as we grow older, it can become an even more pervasive habit. You might find yourself measuring your life, achievements, or even health against those of others, friends, family, or even strangers. This habit often arises from a desire to understand where you stand, but instead of offering clarity, it leaves you with feelings of inadequacy or dissatisfaction. Letting go of this tendency is essential for finding peace and appreciating the beauty of your unique journey. Over the years, it's natural to reflect on the paths others have taken. Perhaps you've noticed a friend who seems to have more financial security, a relative with a seemingly perfect family, or an acquaintance whose health appears better than yours. In these moments, it's easy to feel as though life has been unfair or that you've somehow fallen short. But comparison is an illusion. It only shows a fragment of someone else's reality while obscuring the richness of your own. Your life is not meant to mirror anyone else's. It is a tapestry woven with your own choices, experiences, and lessons. Every thread, even those that seem frayed, contributes to the unique beauty of who you are. When you compare yourself to others, you diminish the value of your own journey, forgetting the struggles you've overcome, the love you've given, and the wisdom you've gained. Consider this. The people you compare yourself to are likely doing the same thing. They might be looking at your life, admiring your strength, resilience, or accomplishments, while feeling a sense of inadequacy themselves. The truth is, every person carries unseen burdens and untold stories. By focusing on their highlight reel, you miss the fullness of their reality and undervalue your own. Instead of comparing, shift your perspective to one of gratitude. Take stock of your blessings, both big and small. Celebrate the things that make your life uniquely yours, the relationships you've nurtured, the memories you've created, and the lessons you've learned. Gratitude has a powerful way of transforming how you see yourself and your place in the world. It turns your attention from what you lack to what you have, fostering contentment and peace. Letting go of comparison also frees you to live more authentically. When you stop measuring yourself against others, you can focus on what truly matters to you, what brings you joy, what makes your days meaningful. By embracing your individuality, you give yourself permission to live in alignment with your values and priorities, rather than chasing someone else's idea of success or happiness. Imagine a life where you no longer feel the weight of comparison. Picture yourself looking at others not with envy, but with compassion and understanding. Envision the lightness of fully accepting your journey as it is, knowing that it is enough. In this mindset, you can celebrate the successes of others without diminishing your own, finding joy in both their happiness and your own. Life is too short to spend it in the shadow of comparison. The years you have are precious, and they deserve to be lived with gratitude and self-compassion. Let go of the habit of measuring yourself against others, and instead, honor the unique beauty of your life. When you do, you'll find a deeper peace and a renewed sense of pride in all that you are and all that you've accomplished. You are enough, exactly as you are. 8. Let go of fear of change. Change is one of life's constants, yet it often feels like an unwelcome guest, especially as we grow older. The familiar provides comfort, a sense of stability in a world that can seem increasingly unpredictable. But holding on to fear of change can create a cage, trapping you in routines or mindsets that no longer serve you. To truly embrace the beauty of your later years, it's essential to let go of this fear and see change for what it really is, an opportunity for growth, discovery, and renewal. It's natural to resist change, especially when it disrupts what you've known for so long. Perhaps it's a move to a new home, adapting to changes in your health, or learning to live in a world that feels different from the one you once knew. These shifts can bring uncertainty, stirring feelings of loss or even inadequacy. But consider this. Every stage of your life has been shaped by change. From childhood to adulthood, from building a career to raising a family, change has been your companion. And each time, it has brought with it new lessons, experiences, and strengths. Fear of change often stems from the unknown. It's easy to imagine the worst when you can't see what's ahead. But when you look back at your life, how many times did a change lead to something unexpected and wonderful? Perhaps a challenge became a source of strength, or an ending made space for a new beginning. Change, while difficult, has a way of bringing clarity, stripping away what no longer matters, and revealing what does. Letting go of the fear of change doesn't mean pretending it's easy. It means acknowledging the discomfort while choosing to move forward anyway. Start small. Take one step into the unknown and see what happens. You might try a new activity, reconnect with someone you've lost touch with, or simply embrace a different routine. Each small step builds courage, and over time, the fear begins to fade. Imagine viewing change not as a threat, but as a chance to grow. Picture yourself stepping into new experiences with curiosity rather than hesitation. What might you discover about yourself, about the world? Change can bring fresh connections, newfound passions, and a deeper appreciation for life's possibilities. It reminds you that no matter your age, you are still capable of growth and transformation. Embracing change also means letting go of the need to control everything. Life rarely unfolds exactly as planned, and that unpredictability is part of its magic. When you release the need to cling tightly to what was, you open your heart to what could be. In this openness, you find freedom, the freedom to adapt, to reinvent, and to live fully in the moment. As you navigate the changes that come with aging, remember that every new chapter carries its own gifts. It may bring challenges, but it also brings opportunities to deepen your understanding of yourself and the world around you. The years ahead are not just an ending, they are a beginning filled with potential and promise. Letting go of the fear of change allows you to step into the fullness of your life with courage and grace. It invites you to see not just what you're leaving behind, but what you're moving toward. This is your time to embrace the unknown, to trust in your resilience, and to celebrate the beauty of evolving with the seasons of life. Change is not your enemy. It is your ally in becoming the person you're meant to be. Conclusion. Embrace the freedom of letting go. As you journey through your golden years, the true essence of peace and fulfillment lies in the art of letting go. Life has taught you countless lessons, shaped your resilience, and offered moments of both joy and challenge. Now is the time to release what no longer serves you. The regrets that linger, the relationships that drain, the clutter that overwhelms, the expectations that stifle, the comparisons that diminish, and the fears that hold you back. Letting go is not about forgetting or dismissing the past. It's about making space for the present and the possibilities that still lie ahead. It's about choosing to live with intention, surrounding yourself with love, gratitude, and clarity. Each burden you release lightens your spirit and opens your heart to new joys and experiences. Your life is a story still being written, and these years are some of its most beautiful chapters. By letting go, you honor the person you've become and the wisdom you've gained. You give yourself the freedom to live fully, to cherish the moments that matter, and to embrace the peace you so deeply deserve. Remember, it's never too late to rewrite your narrative. Let this be your time to live lighter, freer, and with a heart full of hope. The best days of your life are not behind you. They are here and now, waiting for you to step into them with courage and grace. Let go and welcome the beauty of what's yet to come. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.